It was supposed to be a simple Saturday barbecue. My dad had his famous ribs on the smoker. My kids were tossing water balloons, and my wife had strung fairy lights across the backyard. Then she showed up. Clipboard, sunglasses, and that trademark scowl. Karen, president of the HOA, and apparently the self-declared queen of ruining joy. "Excuse me," she barked through the fence. "You can't have open flames without HOA approval." I smiled politely. "It's a smoker, not an open flame." Her lips tightened like she'd bitten into a lemon. She stormed through our gate, didn't even knock, and started snapping pictures. "You'll be fined for every violation," she said, waving her phone. "Improper setup, unsafe distance from the house, unapproved gathering. You're in serious trouble." My wife looked embarrassed. My dad just rolled his eyes. But I decided to play along. "Okay, ma'am," I said calmly. "Can I see which section of the HOA bylaws covers barbecue safety?" She blinked. "I don't need to show you anything. I know the rules. I enforce the rules." That's when I noticed her little badge, something she'd clearly printed off a website. HOA Safety Coordinator. Q2. She strutted around the grill, pretending to inspect things. "Propane tank too close to the heat source," she declared. "Ma'am?" I said gently. "There's no propane. It's wood-fired." She glared. "I'm shutting this down before someone gets hurt." And then she kicked over a small bucket of water, right onto my dad's perfectly smoked ribs. The whole family gasped. My dad's jaw literally dropped. I took a long breath. Counted to 3. Then smiled. "All right," I said quietly. "You've officially made this a public safety issue." She laughed. "Good. Maybe you'll take the rules seriously next time." A few minutes later, a black pickup pulled up in front of the house. My work truck. On the side, County Fire Department. "Fire Marshal's office." Karen's smirk began to fade. I reached inside the cab, pulled out my badge, and clipped it to my belt. "Ma'am," I said formally now, "you're interfering with a state-certified fire marshal performing an off-duty activity on private property." Her eyes widened. "You roar?" "A what?" "Fire marshal," I repeated. "You know, the actual authority on fire safety." She took a step back. I didn't know you. I nodded. "You should have asked before kicking water onto an active cook area. That's actually considered tampering." Her voice trembled. "Tampering?" I pointed toward my neighbor's security camera, the one directly facing our yard. "It's all recorded." I could file an incident report, but I sighed. I'd rather handle this neighbor-to-neighbor. Her fake confidence evaporated. "I'm so sorry," she stammered. "I didn't mean..." I raised a hand. "Please, don't apologize to me. Apologize to the man whose ribs you just ruined." She turned to my dad, red-faced. I'm sorry, sir." My dad just gave a slow nod. "Apology accepted. But next time bring dessert if you're coming to a barbecue." The following week, the HOA board held an emergency meeting. Endly. Several neighbors had complained about Karen's aggressive enforcement. When word got around that she tried to shut down a fire marshal's barbecue, her authority crumbled overnight. She was voted out as HOA president within 3 days. And as poetic justice would have it, guess who the board asked to review new community safety policies? Jep. Now our neighborhood BBQs are not only official, they're on the HOA calendar. And Karen? She still shows up. But this day she brings her world-famous potato salad. Before enforcing rules you don't understand, make sure you're not talking to the person who actually wrote them.